guys? James Carter TV, continuing my 2016 NFL Draft recaps. And today we're talking about the Chicago Bears. And if you were following me back during draft night and day 2 and day 3, I had been giving the Bears pretty good grades. But man, I'm sorry, I've done a 180. I don't like this draft as much as I thought I did. I'm going to come at you with a lot of reasoning as to why this is. So let's just get into it. Let's start with their 9th pick. Their pick they moved up 2 spots for outside linebacker Leonard Floyd. Now, to be honest with you, I'll be 100% honest. I was in college at the time. I had only done a lot of work on a good amount of prospects, probably about 40. And then beyond there, I was just going by what I had seen during the collegiate season, not really, going analytically into the film. And then now I've had plenty of time the past 3 weeks to go into this. I don't get what the deal is. I think this could be a huge mistake. This guy did not produce. He didn't at Georgia. He did not. In fact, his last season, he had the least amount of sacks he had in his career at Georgia. Now you're going to say same thing with Joey Bosa. Okay, fine. We are killing Joey Bosa for having 6 sacks his last season. Leonard Floyd had 4.5. And at least Joey Bosa had 13.5 one year. Leonard Floyd had 6.5, 6.5, and 4.5. So he never produced. And now I'm hearing there's a weight issue. He isn't putting enough mass. He lost mass since the combine. He's going to have to put on mass. Now, the good thing is you are juxtaposing him with Pernell McPhee, who is a bigger outside linebacker. So that's good. But, man, he looks like a real project. He blew up the combine. So you saw a lot of athleticism, a lot of potential there at the combine, a lot of things that you liked. But man, it's just, I'm not sure it's going to work out anymore like I thought I was, a month ago, but now pretty much. So I only give this pick a B-, and I was really close to a C+, but I'll give them at least a B-. We move on, second round, 56th pick overall. Offensive guard Cody Whitehair. And again, I thought I liked this pick, but then I go and I look, and it matters. First of all, let me preface this by saying, yes, it does matter. This guy had one of the lowest bench press performances at 16. Now look at me. Do I look like a football player? Probably not. I mean, I do have a good amount of muscle. I mean, it's not that much, but it's a good amount. I can put up 12 on 225. And this guy put up 16, and you want to play offensive guard, while Andrew Billings, who is in this very draft, had 31 reps. This guy's going to get bench pressed. At guard, if he was playing tackle, at least you can say, okay, he has long arms, he can anchor, or even guard. Some guards can get away with having long arms and being just able to anchor, having big lower body mass and whatnot. But man, I looked at the film, I turned it on, I said, okay, let's look. Not a dominant run guy at all. Run blocking struggles, was at Kansas State, so he didn't have to face a lot of these great defensive linemen he's got to face in the NFL. And more, I don't like this pick at all. I give it a C+. I thought this was a good pick. I thought it was a value because I had seen him rated early in the second round, even in the bottom of the first round. But when I turned on the film and I looked at the production and I looked at the player's athletic ability, I just didn't see anything. I give it a C+. Third round, though, things got better. Things got a lot better. Jonathan Bullard out of Florida. This is a guy that produced at Florida. This is a guy that offers athletic ability. You have a need at 3, 4, 5 technique defensive end. This guy can fill that. The best pick to me by far on this Bears draft. I give it an A-. We move, actually, maybe not their best pick, but their best pick thus far. That's definitely for sure. We move on 4th round, 113th pick overall, inside linebacker Nick, and my pronunciation will probably suck here. Kwiatkoski out of West Virginia. Guy that had a good amount of production in terms of having tackles, being around the field, being a little bit of a nerd to running backs. I think he has a good feel for the game right now. He doesn't have a lot of athletic upside. And a guy that there's a need there, but I'm not sure if he's ever going to be more than a special teamer. So I only give it a B-. We move on, 4th round, yet again, 124th pick overall, safety Deon Bush out of Miami. Now, I pretty much killed the Falcons for taking, who was that, Keanu Neal. And I think I like Deon Bush more than Keanu Neal. So this bodes well for this pick. A guy that is a pretty good athlete. A guy that can move sideline to sideline pretty well. A guy that knows how to get his hands on the football a good amount. I like the upside here. I think he could really be a starter for you guys next to Adrian Amos in the future. I give it an A-. We move on, 4th round yet again. 127th pick overall, cornerback DeAndre Hall out of Northern Iowa. So he's long. He's 6'2", 199. Little small in terms of the size category, but fine. But there is some ambiguity as to what he is, because right now he's listed at corner. He could play safety. In terms of his cornerback ability, I don't love it. When I saw him going up against better wide receivers in North Carolina, he didn't face many of those. He kind of got torched. He has long-ass arms, 35-inch arms, so the guy knows how to use his arms. His length can overcompensate at times, which I like, because you have a guy in Will Fuller who doesn't dominate in that, or sorry, not Will Fuller, Kyle Fuller, who doesn't dominate in terms of the lane category, so you offer a little bit of a specialist there. But I question his NFL fit, and I only give it a C+. We move on, 5th round, my favorite pick. This is my favorite pick, 150th pick overall, running back Jordan Howard out of Indiana. Now, if you've been following me, you know I'm not a big fan of Ezekiel Elliott, mainly because I can't tell you one thing he does great. But this guy, Jordan Howard, I can tell you one thing he does great, because his personality, his running back type, boom, this guy's a damn bruiser. This guy knows how to absolutely lay the boom down, 5'10", 230 pounds. Wow. Is this guy going to lay the boom down on a lot of NFL linebackers, safeties, anyone that gets in his way? It gives them something different than Jeremy Langford. They're both short, but Jeremy Langford is more of a receiving back, more of a shifty one-cut back. Maybe not one-cut, but, more of a shifty, agile guy. This guy offers something different, and he could start for you and be a good bell cow. So I give it an A. We move on, 6th round, 185th pick overall, safety DeAndre Houston-Carson out of William and Mary. My biggest problem here is why? Why'd you take another safety, man? Why'd you do it? I don't understand. Okay, so you took Deon Bush, fine, but you have Adrian Amos, who played pretty well his rookie season. Now you have Deon Bush, okay, fine. Another safety? Will this guy play? Yeah, on special teams, can he make an impact? Sure, but I question just the philosophy. In terms of the player, I think he offers a good amount. DHC, he's known as a guy that also likes to, be involved in the tackling game, make a number of tackles at William and Mary. But it's going to be a little bit of a jump up from William and Mary to the NFL. And William and Mary guys have not had a good track record lately at all. I only give it a C. And we finish with wide receiver Daniel Braverman out of Western Michigan. Guy small. This guy real small at the wide receiver position, but he offers punt return upside. He's a really good athlete, and I like taking athletes in the 7th round. So in terms of the punt return aspect, I think there's some value here. I question how much. I only give it a B+. And that's it. Oh, no, that's it. So when you put in all these grades into my GPA calculator, out comes a GPA of 2.74 for the Chicago Bears. It's a B-. And I think, or maybe I'll be wrong on Leonard Floyd. Maybe he's the next Aldon Smith, and all these measurables and athletics, they translate to the NFL, and he's going to be a 10-sack guy, and he's going to be great, and you're going to yell at me, and that's fine. But he's a project, and this project may just fail. Maybe he'll never be a 10-sack guy. He wasn't in college, so you're projecting a lot there. Cody Whitehair, is he going to be strong enough, good enough? But I think you definitely found a starter in Jonathan Bullard, in Deon Bush, and Jordan Howard. I honestly do. So 3 starters there, potentially 4 or 5. This could actually end up being a really good draft for the Chicago Bears, but on the onset, doesn't quite look like it. Until next time, James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.